G'day all, it's Colin from PCTLC and thanks for joining me. Just thought I'd share with you all my PopOS is ready for an upgrade. Now it's been a while and I just wanted to show you here that on the 23rd of September in 2020 I installed this PopOS, and then on July the 3rd this year I upgraded from 2010 to 2104. So that's what I'm currently running. So it's been September, 15 months I've been on PopOS, and that's probably the longest I've been on any distro. So I wanted to run it through at least to 2110. I'm thinking about moving, which I did make a video about, I think, on upgrading from 2010 to 2104, but I just got comfortable and everything set up, and it just seemed like I just didn't really want to go through setup again. So that's what's going on there. So I have a couple of updates which I did last night, so I'm going to update again. So let's do that. I'm going to update all. Now if we look at in here, it says upgrade available to 2110. So I'm going to do that. I'm just going to make sure we've got all updates done first. I was going to do this last night and I thought maybe I'll record this, just record the upgrade at least. I don't know if it automatically restarts, I hope not. So there we go, so we're up to date. So we're fully up to date. So let's close that and let's open settings and go down the bottom here to OS upgrade and recovery, which it's already on that tab anyway. And PopOS 2110 is available. So let's download that. So I think it might have downloaded most of it anyway. It normally does a few things in the background, PopOS. Now what I might do is stop the video and come back when this is done. Alright, so we're just about there with the download anyway. Hopefully this doesn't restart on me or anything like that. I'm pretty sure it doesn't. Okay, so the download is complete and PopOS is ready to upgrade to 21.10. So I've got the upgrade button here. I think I'll pause the video and click the upgrade button. Actually, I'm going to shut the video off. Press the upgrade button and see what happens. Here we go. Okay, so what we get here is an upgrade screen that tells you what the new features are in here, which is now based on GNOME 40. Let's just check it out. Can't full screen that anyway. GNOME 4041 support for Cosmic, re-enabling support for vertical workspaces. So they're re-enabling support for vertical workspaces, okay. Added a new application library interface to replace GNOME application overview. Okay, various UX improvements to the launcher have been made across this release. Emoji picker set back to Control-Shift-E, didn't even know that was a thing. Alt F4 added as an alternative to Super Q for closing windows. Application library replaces the GNOME application overview, achieving the same information density with less space. Improves multi-monitor experience by launching onto the display that has mouse focus. Alphabetical application sorting will make it easier to locate the application or folder you want. Alphabetical application sorting, wow, and that's for folders as well. Drag and drop applications into custom folders which are visible and act as tabs. Search quickly filters installed. Applications and applications that are available to install from the Pop Shop. Provides the optimal experience, especially on ultra-wide monitors. Pop Shell, various scenarios causing crashes were resolved. Allow floating window exceptions to be tiled when toggled. Transitions removed on opening a window to fix windows being stretched sometimes. Dialogues will no longer unmaximize a maximize window when they gain focus. Improved high contrast support. Many improvements to the tiling behaviors of many unique window types. Improvements to Windows attachment improvements to window attachment behaviors when new windows are spawned, PopOS repository now self-hosted by System76. A new packaging CL was developed in Rust for speedier package builds, enabling faster testing of fixes and improvements. Packages are now published and delivered from apt.popos.org instead of Launchpad, allowing faster and more finely controlled delivery of updates. PopShop submitted several PRs upstream to the Elementary OS project addressing problematic areas. Yeah, PopShop's a little bit slow, I must say, when you're looking for things, and especially updates, so maybe they've improved that. Pop theme, the Pop GTK theme has been updated with new support for system-wide GTK4 applications. The GNOME Shell theme has been updated to improve its consistency and visual appearance. Mainline Linux kernel, starting with 5.15, PopOS will be shipping with the mainline kernel with the latest compatible NVIDIA drivers. New kernel policy whereby the latest kernels will be released once they're passed extensive quality assurance tests. System76 hardware lab contains a broad spectrum of chipsets, processors and components for regression testing. Improved system ability when installing and upgrading software. apt is now prevented from enabling the accidental removal of critical desktop packages. Upgrade hardening. Various issues with release upgrades were discovered and resolved. User-added PPAs are disabled on upgrade because they are often the cause of failed upgrades. Fixed errors resolving around custom edits to the etc fs tab file. Don't know if I had any problems there last time. The recovery partition is now upgraded prior to updating the OS. In the unlikely event of a failed upgrade, the refresh OS option will now install the new release instead of the old one. Raspberry Pi tech preview. SD card images are now being generated for the Raspberry Pi 4. We will ensure that our software builds with ARM64 from here on out. Refresh OS UX. The Refresh OS mechanism has been improved significantly. If boot entries exist for an OS, the option to refresh will be enabled. Selecting an OS to refresh, whether encrypted or not, is now easier than ever before. System76 Power now supports Linux's ACPI platform profiles on supported hardware, improvements to AMD support for graphics switching, stopped setting disk APM parameters because some disks don't support it well, improvements to handling of systems using S3 and SOIX during sleep with NVIDIA. Some of that's jargon, some of it I understand. So what I'm going to do is hit the reboot and upgrade this OS to the latest release 2110, and we'll have a look around, see what's new. I'll shut down the video and we'll reboot and have a look around. Just a little bit of footage there looking at PopOS upgrading. Just nothing but full grey screen. And there it is doing its thing. So it won't take too much of that footage because it's probably not going to be very clear anyway. So here we are back in the desktop of PopOS after the upgrade. Done a bit of a workout, had a shower, changed the top, had some dinner. Didn't take that long, but while I was in motion anyway. So we are in the desktop of 21.10. Let's go to settings and go to about. And we have a PopOS 21.10. GNOME version 40.4. I don't remember the nightlight being in this menu here. That's something new, I believe. So I don't remember that being there, but I've got the OBS Studio here. That's left click, that's right click, left click, same thing. Left and right's the same. Let's just quickly check out pictures, and I took some screenshots. So they've re-enabled support for vertical workspaces. So we've got now I've got workspaces coming up on both screens, which I don't believe was happening before. So I've got, so if I put this in that workspace there, okay, so each screen's got its different workspace. Added a new application library interface to replace GNOME application overview. So that, I believe that's this one here. So if I do a search for PopOS, so that's the one I'm viewing. Type question mark for more options. Web search, file search. So if we put question mark and scroll down to file search and go PopOS, that's my videos, but I thought I had some files. Aren't my pictures that name? PopOS, yep. Find file name. We could probably try release notes. It's not finding it though, is it? Okay, so after further investigation, this is the next day, by the way, I'm editing the video. I was just having a look at some of the options there in this thing here with the question mark. Now, one thing I've noticed is, let's open the file manager. So if I have my mouse on this screen and I hit the Windows or the super key, that dialog box comes up on this screen. But if my mouse is on the other screen, it comes up on the other screen. As you can see, the file manager is still highlighted, so you know that that's active at the time. If I press it again, it goes away. So that's how that works. Let's have a look at this. If we type question mark, the one thing I failed to miss here is the syntax. I think I did do a DDG during the video. We'll probably get to that. Then you've got syntax expression, syntax run, and then a command. And then you got the find. So if I did that and started searching PopOS, no, that doesn't work, does it? No, because what I did was what I did was I went down to file search and find, and I pressed enter, and it comes up with the word find, which is one thing I didn't realize before. So if I do, there's a syntax here, find. There's a syntax with / or home / and then there's another one called recent. So it's interesting that the search says find my document. I don't know if you have to put the whole name in, which is a bit odd, but recent is the best one. So if I type, I don't have to put question marks. If I close that and open it and I type recent, and then I type PopOS, then all my screenshots, my release notes and that come up now, because they're just recently been added. So that's how that works. The question mark just gives you the information that you need and what to type. That's what the question mark is mainly there for. And just navigating to the option that you want is easier than typing it. So if it was to enter on this one, it gives you that. Then you could go probably pictures and press enter on that and take you to pictures. But you probably could go one further and go / pictures. You'd probably have to type the whole thing in if you're a typer. And then you could go probably PopOS. Oh, I'd have to put a / wouldn't I? PopOS. And there's my release note. So you can do it that way. If you're a quick typer, you can do it that way. What worked for me is doing the recent and type PopOS. And there's everything that's recent. Let's do distro watch. Let's try that. Distro watch. I think I've got a search like this. I didn't type it properly, did I? See, that's why I don't type. Distro watch. Oops, it's come up on the other screen. And there we go. It's done another search for distro watch there. So that's quite easy to do. You got the calculator. So all you have to do is type equals 15 plus 15 equals 30. So there you go. So all you have to do is type equals for the calculator and start typing your sum, and done deal. Question mark again. Syntax, yep, we've got recent. We've done the / we've done the find. It's interesting. Find, I think how does find work? Find, and you got to type the word and then space, obviously. And then have to be PopOS release notes. Maybe you have to actually type the whole file name. -1.png. It doesn't find anything. So I don't know what it's actually searching in find. Is it searching just documents or something? Or it found videos, didn't it? Earlier. It's not finding them now. Let's have a look at that syntax again. Find, where is it? Find file name. And then you got the run command, so you could run, I suppose you could run Firefox. You could do that. Oh, that run in terminal. Ah, so that runs it in terminal, okay. That's Firefox. Press enter to exit. You could probably run sudo apt update. You could probably do that. And password. All right, so you can, so it runs directly in terminal. That's pretty handy, I must say. Press enter to exit. Yes, I'm not really sure how the find one works, to be honest. It's am I missing something in the syntax there, or is it just find file name? Let's just copy this one. Copy that. Oh, you can't paste. Or Control V maybe. Yeah, that's the exact name, but it still doesn't find it, so I don't know what it's looking for there. So the title of that is, so you got web search, calculator with unit conversion, terminal or background commands, file search, file navigation with tab autocomplete. So that's tab autocomplete. Okay, recently opened document search. So file search. Don't know if that one's working properly at the moment, to be honest. So file navigation with tab autocomplete. All right, so let's try that. Tab, okay. PopOS. Oh yeah, so you can tab that. So if we go back, it'll probably find them all. Okay. So if I try screenshot, pictures, screenshot. So there's, so yeah, you can tab it and then it'll find, and then you can backspace, find anything with roughly those names. Okay. I think it seems to be working pretty well except for this find. I don't know whether that find is the, where is it, find? I don't know whether that's actually working correctly or not. Because I put the exact file name in there, it still doesn't find it. So find, file, search. But when I do find, it seems to be looking for applications. All right, so I think that seems to be the question mark and all those options there seem to be working pretty well except for the find one. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. Maybe it's just my lack of knowledge. I'm not sure about that. I've messed around long enough. I hope you get the gist of the story. Various UX improvements to the launcher have been made across this release. So if we type Firefox, there we go, and we got quite a few different, so it's coming up with the SSB, ICE. It's not the very top one, is it? So I'm assuming that Control 6 would open Firefox, and it did. About help and about Firefox, 95. Drag and drop applications into custom folders which are visible and act as tabs. So how do we do that? Oh, we need to go to our applications, don't we? Oh, so that's all changed. Right, I see what's going on now. I didn't even think of doing that. Let's have a look. Applications. So now we've got this screen for applications now. So we've got Library, Home, Office. So these are the ones that turn into folders when you drag and drop things. So they're my utilities. I can create a folder. Right, so I'm assuming if I, let's just do a social one. So we'll go, let's see. So I've got Telegram and I've got Signal. So I'll drag that. So you can't drag that. If I drag it into a new folder, what happens? Nothing. What was it saying there? Drag and drop applications into custom folders which are visible and act as tabs. So you can drag them into there. Oh, I see what's going on. Otherwise, we can create a folder and call it social. Let's try that. So now I've got a folder called social. So I can drag that into social. Drag Signal into social, and also let's do the old fake book. Friends is another one into social. I could probably add Zoom to that as well. I think that comes under social. So then we got our social folder, and we can probably edit the name. Yes, we can, or we can chuck it in the bin. I hope that doesn't get rid of your applications. So what happens if you delete? Good question, isn't it? So there's Office. So this is ones I made in the normal GNOME desktop. I just drag and drop them into each other, which looks like you cannot do that here. You've got to drag and drop them into folders there. And if we hit escape, yep, that goes away. Okay, so I was wondering what that was all about. Search quickly filters installed. I don't understand this one, how it's written. Am I reading that wrong? Let's just search quickly filters installed applications and applications that are available to install from the Pop Shop. I don't really know what that means. What happened there? That went a bit funny. Let's have a look. Let's do a search for Kdenlive or something like, because my Kdenlive is a flat pack. Okay. That was pretty quick. Spotify. Let's try a music. Oh yeah, that's pretty good. Video. That's a pretty quick search, I must say. All right, so I don't know, there's probably more. The other things are probably things that are just not obvious, just all the little things they do in the background that you probably won't pick up on straight away. But definitely this has changed a bit. I wonder if I start up Simple Screen Recorder. The thing is, when you're using a desktop, sometimes I forget how things are working up here. Let's open Simple Screen Recorder. And that comes up straight in there. So they're working pretty well in the... seem to have a really good system tray happening up there. So let's try... If I open up Telegram... that sits up there in the system tray as well. So does Simple Screen Recorder. If I try Zoom... That's up there as well. So you got your system tray working quite well up there. So that all looks pretty good. I think they've made this date a lot more bold than what it used to be. Looks a bit more clearer. Looks more crisp. The fonts and that than before. I don't know if that's just my glasses are working better today or something. I don't know. But it does look a little bit more clearer. And I can see they've got all the rounded corners here now happening as well, which it didn't before. I'm pretty sure it didn't. So that was my PopOS upgrading from 2104 to 2110. Everything went smoothly, went really well. There's some obvious changes there. Some of them aren't obvious. Sometimes it's hard to find. You'll get those little gold nuggets that come along when you're using your desktop and go, oh, that's another change. But I don't know how long I'll be on this for, because I've been thinking about changing for a while. Not sure what I'm doing there. I've got my PC TLC ISO ready to go. I'm just too lazy to set everything up. Although I've made my scripts, So I need to try that out as well. So really, I haven't tried my scripts since I've made them. I've only tried them in VirtualBox. They do work, but I'm pretty keen to try them out. I'm just a bit lazy at the moment. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed following my upgrade to PopOS. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you found it interesting and informative. And thanks for watching.